are live.
You guys are up to 591. That's good.
Yeah, we're getting there. No,
Yay!
we're winning. We're winning.
That's it.
Hi, Connie.
Well, hello, Max. Hey, Les.
What's up, Connie? Long time no see.
I know, right?
Like
Make
24
sure
hours.
your phones are down.
Yeah. Did you guys get out and ride today?
I did not.
Because this is the first day where I would have been really, really jealous. It was perfect.
It was
We had
perfect.
our grandson overnight, and we were a little bit late getting him back. So I went and got a haircut, came back, and cleaned the bike up a little bit, put my backrest bracket on, and made supper. So kind of ran out of time today.
All right.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
did
I
you
didn't
figure
ask.
out how to?
I
Did
didn't
Indian
ask.
come up?
Hey, we're live. We can talk about that here in a second. Welcome to the podcast, Mr. Smitty Living, NVA Rider. Welcome to the podcast. I hope you're subscribing because I got a little surprise for you tonight. Anyway, it's going to be a fun adventure. I know Mr. Max wants to talk about a lot of stuff, but tonight we're focusing on Bry the Biker. Okay, Max? Okay, Max? Okay, Les? Okay, Les? Let's get focused.
I'm focused. So, Max, what did you ask me? Did I figure out what?
The top box, since you said you put on a sissy bar, did Indian come up with a solution?
No, not yet. Not yet.
All right, like, subscribe, and let's get this show.
On the
What did I say? You can talk.
Then turn off my button. Shh, shh.
There's a term I love in life, synchronicity. I define that as chance with a purpose. And one fateful night, my life would change forever. I was flying from Chicago O'Hare to Grand Rapids, Michigan. It was United Flight 664. Finally get on this airplane, I walk through first class, and I see this kid. He catches me off guard because he's a corporal sitting in dress army greens. And I go sit in coach, and about an hour and a half or so later, we land in Grand Rapids, Michigan. As we pull up to the gate, the captain comes over the PA and says that we have an American hero on board. And my mind immediately jumps to this kid in first class, right? And it's like, what did he do? I'd just gotten back from my second tour of duty in Iraq flying the F-16. And he continues, the captain, by informing us that we are carrying the remains of Corporal Brock Buckland on this flight. And his identical twin brother, Corporal Brad Buckland, was in first class and has brought him those 7,000 miles home. Captain makes another request that everybody stay in their seats until his remains had been removed from the right cargo hold. And that night I watched The Other Side of War. As I looked out on the tarmac, the Bucklands on the darkest night of their lives. The thing that really got me, though, was his 4-year-old son. Sat right below the cargo ramp as that American flag draped coffin inched out. And the finality of the sacrifice hit me. The realities that this young boy would never play catch with his dad again. He would never be tucked in at night. And that term freedom isn't free didn't mean anything until I witnessed that. And as the ceremony finishes itself up, you know, I wipe away my tears, right, and I grab my backpack and I look back to the airplane only to see that more than half the plane had gotten off. No place to go, except that blanket of freedom we'll all sleep under each and every night, courtesy of 1% of this country that suits up every day, willing to defend and pay the ultimate sacrifice for the other 99%. And that was my moment of synchronicity. I knew with every fiber of my being that God had called me on a mission.
All right, folks, that is our charity for this year, Folds of Honor. Hopefully, if you feel like donating, it's for a good cause. As you can see this video, you can go to foldsofhonor.com or you can hit this little QR code. And yes, it's a great cause, and that's what we love about this organization. All right. No disclaimer tonight because everybody's doing nothing other than water. So that's good. So we'll go to the next screen here. All right, so this is our friends. Now, you guys know if we get up to 1,000 subscribers, we got a giveaway. And these guys helped us out. Gator Mike's got some sauces. BC Customs got levers. for your motorcycle that he can custom up for you. And rideculture.com has gave us a ton of stuff, and I'm going to show you guys here in a second, and then we'll get with this great interview here. All right. Did you guys see behind me? This is probably about, I'd say about $700 or plus $700. And I want to thank Ride Culture, Mike from Ride Culture, doing this. He's at Sturgis right now. I wish he would be on, but that's okay. We'll talk about this when we get there. So when we get 1,000 subscribers, look at these taillights. I know they fit the Indian, sorry. But hey, listen, if you put them on eBay or something like that, you win them, you could probably make some money, right? So anyway, foot pegs or fit. All right, look at that. I mean, how much you think these things are? And these things are heavy. Inserts for floorboards. Got highway pegs.
I'm waiting for Chris to drop something to damage it.
I'm not damaging nothing.
Yeah.
Hey, these things are like 5 pounds a piece. As you can see, passenger pegs right there. So you got the whole entire kit. And as you can see back here, we got all kinds of sauces. Oh my God.
Ooh.
And we got some
I
bike
love
cleaner.
sauces.
Anyway, hopefully I'm not too far from the mic, but hey, once we reach 1,000 subscribers, then we'll have like a 30-day click off on our website where you can sign up daily, share the giveaway, that kind of stuff, and then 30 days after that, somebody will win this by a big box, mystery box. It's got a lot of mystery stuff in it too. But anyway, that's for 1,000 subscribers. I think it's way too much for 1,000 subscribers. Anybody else? What do you guys think? You think we should take a couple things out of the boxes?
No.
Why? Just leave what?
Leave that stuff alone.
That's because Chris wants to bum on his.
Oh,
You're
man.
just mad because we can't win it. That's all.
Exactly right.
It's going to the public.
And then speaking of that, we do have another contest that we're going to do before that, okay? And there's going to be a secret word in this podcast sometime tonight. We're going to say it, and I'm going to tell you guys what it is, but you're going to have to wait. Don't go in the comments and say, hey, I got the word, that kind of stuff, so people don't have to watch the video. I need some video time, watch time too, okay, guys? We need some of that. Anyway. Yeah, so I will announce that probably about the 45-minute or maybe 30-minute thing. But anyway, let's get to this guest Bry the Biker. Welcome to the podcast. I know it sucks.
Thank you. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah. He got you mid-swallow. He always does.
I know. I can't talk half the time. My wife tells me that I need to take English classes and that kind of stuff. And I said, I did that in high school. They never taught me anything. So why did I do it again? So
English is my second language. It's all right.
all right, let's go through these comments real quick. Going with Gator Mike is on. Welcome to the podcast, man. Hey, we only got 4 likes. I know we got some people watching. All right, 13 people watching. Yeah, and I know we got 13 people that needs to subscribe. So make sure you do that. Misplaced Motor Vlogger. Evening, folks. Welcome to the podcast. Mr. Smitty Living. I don't think Bry is drinking water. Oh, boy.
Drinking at least tea.
Oh, he's drinking tea tonight. All
He's
right.
a stalker.
He's a stalker.
Corey's birthday too.
Corey,
Yeah,
what,
which
happy
county?
birthday. Happy
Oh, man.
birthday.
Thanks for coming down on your birthday, Corey.
Yep. Dallas, welcome to the house, man. Welcome to the house, man. Road Reality. Hey, guys, welcome to the podcast.
Man.
Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of people on here tonight. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Now, as you guys see me looking this way, I'm looking at the comments. I got it on the screen over here. So please,
Mr. Smitty Living.
Mr. Smitty Living. Okay, let me catch on here. Hold on. Nomad Matt, man, you got some friends on here tonight, Mr. Bry.
They're all my people. My people coming
Yeah.
strong.
All right, so
Appreciate
do
you
you
guys very much for hanging out.
if you guys want to know anything, hey, our Indian Adventures, welcome. He's got his YouTube channel too. I think Dallas does.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if the Dr. Harlow will be on tonight, but he has I need to get all these links and just start pasting all these things.
And
Anyway,
most
I'll
of
get
these guys have channels.
all they do. Well, if you guys
Yeah.
want to be a guest, go to our website
There you
and
go.
sign up. It's simple as that. I'm looking for guests all the time, and we really do focus on motorcycle community. And we actually did change our tagline a couple of days ago. The 2 guys that are on the bottom there do not know what it is, but it is bringing bikers together, or riders together is what it is. So, all right. Anyway, Bry, so when did you start freaking riding, man?
I rode. When did I start?
Don't say the bike, though.
It's been. God, how long has it been? It's been 15 years. So I've been riding for 15 years.
Wow. How many years do you think I've been riding?
I don't know.
Just take a guess.
You're gonna admit that?
I'll go with
You're gonna
23 and a
admit
half.
that?
Yeah, I am.
With or without training wheels.
Last week? I don't know.
Yeah, I started last week. No, I'm just doing this podcast for the hell of it.
You don't have a bike. That's what they accuse me of. So
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
No, I started like three years ago, maybe a little bit more.
Nice.
But these guys underneath me have been doing. I'll let them introduce themselves and say how many years they rode. So you got any questions for them? But yeah, Max, how many years you been riding?
35 plus.
Phew, God, he's
Nice.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Les,
Mainly
Yeah, so
metrics for the first part of those until I got to Indian.
gotcha.
Go ahead, Les.
Yeah, so I started riding in 1986, so whatever that calculates out to. Also started on
Okay.
metrics. Got my first Harley, I think, sometime around 2010, 11-ish. I've had several Harleys, and I'm on my fourth Indian now. So
Nice.
That would be 39 years.
Jesus.
Less.
I'm old.
Somebody's in the
Yeah.
background doing the math.
Oh my gosh.
And-
That would be Connie because she wants
Yeah.
to remind me of how old I am.
Yeah.
So
But the
All
one
three-
thing I've never had is a Harley. Never
Huh.
had a Harley. Never wanted
Yeah,
a
you
Harley.
better
So
have.
there you go. I love Harleys, but I never wanted to own one.
So a lot of people know, Bry, your channel by your Harley, right?
Yeah. So the channel originally started, I guess, right around the pandemic. And I had my 2014 Ultra Limited. I'm sorry. Yeah, Ultra Limited. And I had that for about 3 years on the channel. Then we switched to the Road Glide Limited.
Nice.
And now I'm a trader. I've turned my back on the Harley Nation.
Oh yes.
Speaking of turning your back, I've got reverse. And I don't care what anybody says, reverse is the greatest thing in the world.
Oh wow.
Just say you're going back to your roots, bro. You're doing all right.
Going back to my roots, man.
hmm
Absolutely.
So, what made you? You just didn't like the new designs of the Harleys, or what made you go to Honda?
I wanted something lighter. My wife my wife Katie rides with me a lot, and we wanted something that was a little bit more smooth. I wanted to buy a Road Glide in 18 when they first came out, but it just was out of our price range. And we found our Limited, I want to say, for half the price, or Ultra rather, at the time. But I'm not really a brand guy. You know, it's the Harley, at least in this area, you can buy a Harley Limited or an Ultra. They're a dime a dozen here. They're super cheap. And it just made more sense to try that. She was, so it was really, we had the Intruder 1500, which is a great bike, but it just wasn't comfortable enough for her. And it was a great, fantastic bike. It just wasn't comfortable enough. And then we went to the Harley, and that's kind of where we've been till just recently.
So, yeah.
Dish.
Yeah, I had one of those too. Intruder 1500. Great solo
Great
bike.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The thing was a pig, though. It felt like it was huge for its size. For what it was, it was difficult to manage, I think. But yeah.
So you have a bone to pick with another manufacturer, right?
What's that?
You have
No,
a
I would
bone-
just like to go on. I probably shouldn't say it to you guys, but yeah, Scrupularis. That's all I'm going to say. They did my boys at Victory in, so
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. The Victory Vision was the greatest bike ever. I wanted that bike, and my little old mom and pop dealership went out of business. Well, then it got out of business, but they had to drop Victory. Then they went out of business soon after that. But Victory was a great brand. I was sad to see them
Victory-
go. That was always the direction I wanted to go.
Victory was a great brand. The place where you can find a lot of Victories these days are now down in Daytona, surprisingly enough.
Really?
When Biketoberfest and the spring rally happened, all these people come out of work and they're all on modified victories and they look like they're brand new.
Yeah.
But the vision was always polarizing. You know that as well as I do. But the people who had them, and I know a couple people that did, absolutely loved them. You couldn't have given them 2 Harleys to trade for that bike. They absolutely loved it.
There was a guy we did a ride with the Baggers and Bruiser. I think it was 2 years ago, and he had I don't know what color Victory calls it, but it was that like neon green, kind of like electric radioactive green. That thing was. I was like, damn, where'd you find that? That's pretty cool. But yeah, it's good. Jamin, what's going on, buddy?
Yeah. So Mr. Smitty Living says he talked you into a wing. He said that's the absolute truth.
It is the absolute truth. He would call me every day, and he'd be like, "Look, when you buying a wing? When you buying a wing? When you buying a wing?" And then I bought one, and here we are. Mine's cooler though because I have a Tour. He has just the bagger version. So.
Oh.
He also agreed that the Victory Cross Country, which Max loves that bike, was the best. So, he loved mine.
I was glad I didn't get a Victory tattoo. I think I was ready. I was committed, but then they went south.
Phil B says the Indian Springfield is 100% better than the Vision.
No.
Well, everybody has their own opinion. So.
Yeah, but you're talking about 2 different classes of bike here. They don't even go in the same class together, do they? Do you think so?
Do you remember though? There wasn't that long ago that nobody wanted a Road Glide. Now you can't go anywhere without saying a Road Glide.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Because they discontinued them that 1 year, and that was supposed to be the end of it. And now it's the Me Too bike. And I'm not. I had one. Don't get me wrong, but everybody got one.
Jeez. All right. Anyway,
there's a Victory that shows up to some of the IMRG rides.
Yeah, it's a green. It's a green Goblin. It's a nice looking bike though.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a beautiful bike.
Yeah.
But
I don't know who it is, but
Mr. Smitty says you're smoking crack. Well, you guys have that fight in the chats there. You guys have fun. All right.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Amongst your fun.
Amongst
We'll laugh and we'll have fun. It'll be all good. We like to be involved in the community and in the chat, so we'll try to get in there as much as we can. But if it goes too fast, we're going to be skipping some stuff. Just don't get your feelings hurt. We don't put it on the screen.
It'll be on the screen. We just might not mention it.
Yeah. So, do you miss Harley at all, or are you just loving the Honda, man?
I liked. There's no doubt that the especially the Road Glide, the way I had it, it was beautiful. I love the way it was set up. I don't think there's actually any pictures out on social media, but it even had the special bags on it. I had the slant bags on it. It was a gorgeous bike, and it was a bit hard to get rid of. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, it just wasn't suiting our needs. From an artistic standpoint, if you want to make a bike your own and make it, what you want it to be, there's no way to go with Harley or Indian. Something that has an aftermarket. I mean, there's no way around it. You're not gonna make a Goldwing look like my Road Glide, especially with the Shark Demon headlights, and it's got the 14-inch bars and all that other stuff. It just doesn't have it. But you can kind of make the argument that if you buy the bike the way it's supposed to be out of the showroom, maybe you don't need it. So, it was fun. I mean, it was a great bike. I enjoyed it for sure.
But let's see. The gold. So yeah, go ahead.
Can I jump in here for a
second? Yeah, go ahead. Do it.
I had a riding buddy, John. Good guy, great guy. Unfortunately, he was involved in 2 motorcycle accidents, so he had to give it up. But he had the F6B variant without the top box. And I believe he put, because I know it's Cobra, and I don't know who else makes pipes for that. But when he fired that bike up, it sounded like a small block Chevy coming down the road.
Yeah.
There's stuff you can do to a Goldwing. Granted, it's not the Harley book, because the Harley phone book is 4 New York telephone books deep. And Indian's not that much either, but we're getting there. But there is things you can do to a Goldwing to make it sound better, make the handlebars better, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm.
So it's just a matter of finding it.
Yeah, the F6B was a fantastic bike. That's one of the bikes I looked
Yes.
at too.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. It broke his heart when he had to sell it, but he couldn't ride in it. So there you
Yeah.
go.
That's what Smitty was saying. The 6 and the 6 Cobras were awesome. Have you ever seen those? It's
Yeah.
got 3 little exhaust pipes on each side.
Yes.
So right there is his bike. It's a beautiful bike looking. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Absolutely beautiful bike.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of black bikes, but I like it. I think it actually, for its size, it's nice because it slims it down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's colorful.
So I see a lot of videos on YouTube. Let me get your opinion on how do you compare the ride between the two?
I don't think there's a comparison. My bike was a stage 2 bike. It put out 110 horsepower at the wheel when it was dynoed. And this is saying, I mean, if you go by factory numbers, it's 125 horse with a Rogue Glide, and the amount of torque, I don't think it compares. No, it's a new toy, right? So it's always going to be better. I find it's a hell of a lot more nimble with the motor being so low. I mean, for me, it's a much more nimble rider, and I'm not somebody that's going to grind boards. That's not who I am, but it feels a lot more nimble. The other day, last night, we were out for day night. I was stopped at a light and I pulled out. I was in 3rd gear. Never would have known until I looked down at the indicator. Right. I was like, "Oh, I'm in 3rd. Okay." It's got a lot of power.
What does your wife say? What does your wife say about the comfort?
She likes it. She likes it a lot better. Likes it a lot better. And that really was the catalyst.
I think that's what a lot of the conclusions that a lot of these YouTubers that do the comparison, that's what they say. It's more of a comfort thing. So
it seems to be that it's more of a comfort. I find that it shifts a lot easier too. But the thing that's interesting that I read in the Rado reviews is the back seat for your passenger is extremely wide. It's comfortable, but the front seat is very narrow. So you can sling it really easy. So it is more of a sport touring bike, which people will argue, but in sport mode, it's crazy. Sport mode, it's way too aggressive for my taste. It becomes a whole new animal.
Nice. So how long trips do you take? What's your longest trip so far?
So the longest trip that we did was right after we got the road, the old, I keep saying limited ultra, is the same thing. The ultra, we had the ultra, we did a 13-day tour. So we did a 13-day ride. We wound up leaving from here. We went to Albany. Well, I'm in middle of New Jersey. So we went up to Albany, New York. We went through Woodstock. We went through, Woodstock proper. We went to the fairgrounds. We did some horseback riding in central Pennsylvania. We went up through Erie. We went up to the Niagara Falls. So it was a nice 13 days. We did, it was a really nice ride. We really enjoyed it.
So
that was our biggest so far.
You got any questions there, Les, or anything? Or?
Well, no, I just see Mr. Smitty here talking about popping wheelies and scraping on the gold wing. So apparently he rides pretty aggressively.
He's a Texan. He don't take no shit. He's crazy.
So you had an ultra. You did a 13-day trip. How did you pack for that? Because we did a 1-week trip on my Street Glide with a trunk. My wife packed the bags to the point that some of them wouldn't even latch. They were so swelled up.
I was allowed to have the clothes I was wearing, and the rest was hers.
There you go, right there.
The door opens and the camera goes out.
Right.
Sorry.
I love it.
No, so we had, let's see, we had my camera gear, although I didn't bring a ton, not that I have now, but with some camera gear, we had a rick rack that had our rain gear in it on the top, some clothing, and then we had the top box and then the side box. I found it doesn't seem like you could, but we went 13 days. We stopped, I guess, mid-trip, did laundry. It was a nice down day, and it turned out it was pouring rain anyway, so it was perfect. But I think it's like anything. If you plan it out and you travel light, it's great. I mean, if you're going to overpack, there's other problems too. You're just making the bike heavier too, which is no fun. But I can't say enough about the rick rack. The rick rack was nice because if you take I mean, rain gear alone. I mean, what was I wearing? Probably a 3X at the time. The rain gear's big, even if it's wrapped up. So that took a lot of the rec rack up. But you just have to pack thought out. You're not packing, you're not packing a text in there with you as well.
Yeah, to that point, learning to travel on the bike is a learning process. When we first started traveling on the bike, my wife wanted to pack everything for every day for the entire trip. And, I'm always famous for saying on that first trip, I couldn't get a pair of flip-flops in the saddlebag. I mean, there was no room left. And she genuinely did have them packed to the point that some of them wouldn't latch because the bag was so distorted.
Yeah.
So it is a process to learn, no doubt about it.
I think it's like anything with the bike. You don't need a whole lot if you really do it right.
Yeah.
And that's true. That's true. But you know what you need? A chase vehicle. Because on both my trips to Sturgis, we had a chase vehicle to carry extra stuff. Plus, we call room for a bike if it broke down.
We call that cheating.
You can call it anything you want. It makes sense.
So I look at let's change a little subjects here because we got to stay on track here. But I'm looking at the back of your. I mean, is that just a picture in the back behind you with all them helmets? I mean,
no, that's real. That's my collection.
Man, you remind me of somebody I know.
I may or may not actually have more, but that's the ones that are up there. I think I have one or two more. Yeah.
Wow.
No
I do a
lot of AI here.
Yeah. So
no, I do a lot of product reviews. So those are the ones on the bottom are my everyday rider helmets, and then the ones on top are review helmets.
Review helmets. So what is your favorite?
Right now, I'd have to say the orange and we can't figure out which I am. The orange and black one here, that's the Schuberth S3. That's their non-modular. That's probably of the bunch my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
It's Schuberth makes an incredible helmet, and they have that one has the built-in cargo unit, but it's that, and then I have two Schuberths and I have a Shoei, and I don't think it gets any better than either one of those. I don't think you can go wrong.
Yeah,
it's a matter of preference, but they're it's I may have an addiction.
I
can
stop.
I think the better question is, which helmet does your wife like to wear?
My wife it's not up here. She has a Neotech. Where is it? It's the one with the orange shield. She has a Neotech, but it's white. She's a Neotech too. She loves it. She was the one that got me hooked on the modular. I had modular years back, but she has the Neotech 2 Shoei, and we've had Shoeis. Her previous helmet was a Shoei too. I really like Shoei. They're a really good helmet.
I think it's the same one mine is.
Yeah, you got a Neotech too.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's fantastic. I mean,
I really like mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I between the three, I don't think you can go wrong. Actually, there's a Scorpion there on the next to the Shoei that I wear out too. Any of those helmets, I think it doesn't. If you buy a Rye or a Shoei or a Schuberth, I don't know that there's a wrong answer. It's just preference.
Either I have a big head or my wife has a big head. I don't know what it is, but we have the same size helmet. Maybe it's her hair. That's what it is.
I got a lot of hair. Just shut up. Because we all know you have a small brain.
But she has, well, that's enough. That's enough. You're out of here. So the Neo 2.
I'm not touching that line.
I tried that on, and I liked it. I mean, it really was. So at that time, there was no more Neo 2s left. So
you look so cute in my purple and black and white and gray.
It was one of my favorite helmets.
Yeah.
But then I got the Neo 3. Yeah. And now my nose, when the thing comes down there, it actually cut my nose the other day, right? So,
you had a place on your nose.
What do you call that little?
Oh, with the sun visor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish there was a way
you
to
can
adjust
that,
that.
but it's wicked. I nailed myself. Yeah. There's a little slider on the side. You can adjust it.
Oh, what?
I clocked myself more than a few times. I cut the projector.
Yeah. I said, what is on your nose? I said, did you cut your nose? And he's like, I think my visor did.
And the worst part too is you never ease it down. You just whack it so it like drops down and guillotines the front of your nose off.
Exactly.
Yeah. How do you like the Neotech 3?
I personally I like it. because I had a HVC, whatever that one is, the Alpha 1 or whatever it is. It was a nice helmet, but it really put a lot of pressure on my cheeks. Where when I was trying to talk, I was like, like that, and trying to film videos, it was terrible. But it's a lot less pressure for me. The only thing is that visor. That's the only thing that causes me problem. Other than that, it's a nice, quiet helmet. There's hardly any sound that comes in it. I mean, I like it.
It's they're nice. I mean, I'm fortunate enough that a lot of these were helmets for review, so I didn't buy them. So I had a chance to try a lot of gear. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't. Helmets are weird because you can give a helmet to somebody and you can go, this is the greatest thing in the world, and you give it to somebody and they hate it. Like, you know, I'm a huge fan of, like I said, of the Schuberts, and we were down at Revzilla. My buddy was up, and I let him try on the C5, and he was like, "This is horrible. I feel like I'm suffocating." I'm like, "It's
so
what works for you."
Everybody's talking about the Daytona helmets. Are they any good? Have you tried one?
Nope, I haven't tried one. I actually reached out to them. They were going to send me one to review, and then they ghosted me. So.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I have an opinion about that. I'm not really sure how that. It's just kind of weird. They ghosted me.
Because a lot of our friends, I guess they, what is that? Who's the one? Les or Max? Who was that throttle? Oh, God, I'm brain dead right now. But either way, a lot of our Rolling Throttle. They had them mobbing in the hills.
Yeah, he's big into this. Dr. Harley is too.
Yeah, and they got all of them got Daytona helmets now. Mm-hmm. And, I don't know if it's the selling thing. I mean, I'm just curious. Or is the helmet really that good? I mean, I would love them to send me one or send one to Les, because Les really needs a monster one.
I've never tried one, so I can't speak with any authority to it. But it's kind of hard, right? Because these brands come out of nowhere. Ruroc was like that in the beginning. Ruroc just showed up out of Instagram, and you saw them everywhere. Yeah. And they could be a very good quality helmet. It's hard though if they're not in a store to touch it and figure it out. There's some decent brands out there that you've never heard of. I mean, most people have never even heard of Schubert's before. But no, I haven't seen them. But they seem extremely popular. I'll tell you that much.
I think it's a lot of people like. I think it's Norton too. I think a lot of people like theirs.
My thing with the helmet though is I don't. That's where you're going to put your money, right? That's your head. I'm not screwing around. That's not to say that there aren't newer brands out there, but if I'm going to buy a helmet, I'd like to make sure that it's been out there for a while and it's been tested. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's one of these. Where is it? One of those is. I mean, two of these up here are cheaper, no name helmets, and they're not bad, but they're not. They're nothing fancy. One's an ILM helmet. You see them all the way on Instagram all the time. It's not a bad helmet. It's just not.
They got all the certifications and stuff.
Yeah, and the thing with the certifications, and I know I'm going to start shit with this, but I worry with that. We'll let it go with that. I don't know with the certifications.
It's like, they got dummies in them, they're not really accident proof.
If you look at a company like Schubert, Shoei, all the big manufacturers, when you see some of these smaller brands, where they just slapping a sticker on and claiming it, and then they're going to rebrand later when they get busted. I don't know. It makes me nervous. It makes me hella nervous with helmets.
Yeah.
It's a lot. But again, it doesn't make them, if you're comfortable with it, wear it.
Yeah. And a lot of people ain't comfortable with helmets. I mean, I see them every day, riding free, and I have no problem with that. I feel like I need a helmet. Because if I'm not going to wear 100% of the gear, or at least I want my brain to be functioning and that kind of stuff. I mean, and we ride these bikes and people don't realize, as Max does realize, any given second, you think you're riding it's a perfect day, perfect weather, the sun's great. You're going around a curve and there's a oil slick right there and you can't miss it. There's nothing you can do about it. And that's what happened to him. He laid his bike down and there's nothing he could do about it. You just got to prepare, keep your feet on your floorboards and hope for the best. Luckily he wasn't going that fast, right, Max? I mean, you want to tell your story about it?
Just making a left turn.
Mm-hmm.
But the helmet thing is subjective. to how people like it. Me, because I wear a bell, but I wear a half helmet. I don't know how you guys survive, even in the modular helmets, when it's 90 plus degrees and the humidity's up. But again, that's just a choice. I had that helmet on when my accident happened. It's the only piece of article I had on that had any kind of like minimal scratches on it, but yet it saved my head. So it did its job. Les, what do you wear? I don't think you wear anything, do you?
Yeah, I actually wear a half helmet. I have for years and years. And mainly because of the heat thing that you mentioned, Max, when you get to a full face helmet. I have a full face helmet in the garage. If I have to leave in the rain, I put it on. But otherwise, I ride with the half helmet.
Yeah, we know all about that.
I think that, but there's the thing too. I think once you at least I found that the more higher end, the more premium helmets, that's where it comes into play with the ventilation and so forth. But again, helmets as a rule, there's not many places that'll let you test them, right? So it's a hell of a lot of money to put on hope.
Yeah. That's one thing about the Shoei that I don't know, that it has very good. The Neotech 3 has very good ventilation. I don't even feel it. I don't even hear it. I mean, I don't even know if the thing's working. I mean, it was like, I'd be like, is this thing working? Because I mean, we've had some hot weather, and I actually wear my helmet even when it's like almost 99. But I have a modular, right? That's the good thing about modular. You stick that thing up there, locks in, and then you got a half helmet pretty much, and it cools you off. Now, when you're going to do some curving and stuff like that, I put that thing completely down, lock it in, and go down some trails and loving it. But if I'm just riding casual, going through the city and stuff like that, I have it up because you're going slow anyway. You're not getting really much airflow. So, I mean, that's what I like about a modular helmet, instead of a full face one, because it does get too hot. You can actually raise that thing up and have a good time.
They definitely changed the airflow. I think the 2 has. I didn't think it originally, but the 3, anything above like 85 or 90 gets hot. There's not a lot of airflow to that helmet.
Yeah.
The both of the Schuberts are like having air conditioning. There's a ton of air that they move. But again, it's kind of one of those hard things to sell people. If you can't try it, it's hard to understand that.
And do you get a lot of noise with that air?
No, the Schuberts are incredible. The Schubert and the ARFA 91 HJC, I think, are rated the 2 quiet. One of, let's say they're in at least the top 3 of the quietest helmets, at least in the testing that I've seen. Though, I don't know. I'm a firm believer you should probably be wearing earplugs anyway, but, we all have our preference.
Yeah.
Then again, anything's, my old bike, my Road Glide, anything was loud. You put the same helmet now and then Goldwing and it's like crickets. So
I bought some earplugs specifically for motorcycling, but these have been sitting on my desk now for a year. I have yet to try them.
I've been really big in using the wired earphones, the earplugs, where they have the speakers in them, and they're actually OSHA rated. I think they're rated to like, I forget what the rating is, but it's ridiculously high. It's what woodworkers use. And then I wired them into my comms. I like those a lot because it's the best of both worlds. I can still hear the comm. I can still hear traffic around me. Obviously not the same as if I didn't have them in. But then I'm not getting the wind noise, which that fatigues me quickly. But it's all preference.
Speaking of comms, what kind of comms do you use?
Right now, I sound like such an ass. I have both. So I have Cardo and Senna. I have 2 Cardos. I have 2 Sennas. And I've been the one that I've been using more is the built-in Cardo on the Schubert. I really like that setup. It's nice and clean. You don't have that giant thing hanging out of the side of it.
And is that a modular one?
Yes. So the both of these are modular. So the orange and black one's a standard full face, and the blue one, I can't do this. The blue one next to it's a modular.
So there you go, Les.
It's equivalent to the Shoei Neotech 3 as far as its design.
Because he's been looking for a full face modular helmet with a Cardo automatically in it. So
as far as I know, they are the only modular helmet that has a built-in Cardo. And that's really cool because you can get a Shoei you can get either a Schubert. I cannot think today. You can get either a Senna or a Cardo unit for either one of or for all the Schuberts that allow built-in comms, which I thought is pretty cool. Because usually they're one camp or the other, which I think sucks.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the things. I think I don't care about the units. I think but can't they get the speakers and the mic positions correct in these universal and these helmets? Because I mean, you'll get the showy one. You're trying to put a mic in there, and it's got this little tiny wire placement, and you got the Cardo is a freaking huge little cord, and you just can't get it in there, and then it pushes out your pad on one side and another side. I mean, I think they just need to get together and have some kind of standard on that. I think you can get whatever piece you want on here. It's cool because you're still gonna have two speakers. You're still gonna have a mic. Any way they can.
Well, the Schuberts are cool because the mic, at least in the orange and black on the S3, that's built in. The mic and the speakers are built in. And on the blue one, the C5, the speakers are built in, and then it's pre-wired for a mic, so you don't have to do anything but plug it in, which is pretty slick. Wow. I mean, it's not going to be the speakers of like that Pack Talk Bold where it's got the booming 45-inch or 45 millimeter JBLs, but it sounds good. I mean, it's funny. But yeah, to your point, that's the problem my wife had. It was causing pressure on her ear. Because it's you got to kind of shove it in there and hope it fits.
Yep. Let's see. Daytona. Dallas says Daytona makes nice modular helmets. I would love to see one. I got to see one in person because I mean they're new in the scene, I think, and I'd love to see. I
was going to get to Gettysburg and I didn't get a chance because they were there. I wanted to check them out.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. You guys any questions in here? Hey, do you guys got any questions? Let's do a Firestorm question right now in the chats, and then we'll start asking some questions here. So,
well, did you see what's the panel slot on custom painted helmets or helmets with stuff attached, camera mounts, plastic devil horns, etc.?
Yeah, Spellfire on there. Good name.
It's my girl.
As far as the you paint your it's subjective. It's whatever you think. I mean, it's just like a bike. It's expressing your own personality. Yeah. So paint it skulls and crossbones, put pirate flags on it, put whatever you want on it. It's your helmet. Okay, so paint, not a big deal. Go ahead.
I would say as long as it doesn't take away from the function of the helmet, I'd say do anything that you want to do.
Now you just gotta watch out for some state they have laws that says you can't put certain things on your helmet at all. So.
Camera mounts. I mean, if you're doing YouTube and stuff or Instagram, or you're really into it, because I know all the people we follow have camera mounts on their helmets. Traveling Tall does, Cycle Fanatics does, Riding Fish does, Finesse does. All those guys do it. So I don't know if are you gonna put some more money out and buy a mount for your helmet, Chris, or what? Because I'm not. I don't have anything to attach it to.
I do have a mount on my helmet.
Okay, but I wear a half helmet. With a half helmet, I don't have anything to attach it to, so it's not for me. Now, as far as plastic devil horn stickers, that kind of thing, I've seen some really crazy things that people are riding in. I was coming from the store the other day, and I had to do a double take. 2 crotch rockets are behind me, and I'll be damned if one of them didn't have a pink rabbit head. And I'm going, what the hell? And I'm trying to get around them to get a look at this. It's a helmet thing with a bunny head on it. Oh, yeah. Obviously, I was just shocked and amazed. I mean, I've seen the Mohawk things, and I remember some girl had the blonde pigtails coming off of it. Again, it's individual expression. I don't stick anything on my helmet, but, that's just me. Anybody else?
My helmet's heavy enough.
Yeah, right.
Don't mind. It makes my neck hurt when it gets too heavy.
Yeah, too many attachments just makes the helmet even heavier. So you got these cameras. They're light, but they still they move the center of gravity on your helmet. So sometimes you got to mount out here on the front. Your helmet gets a little bit heavier. Your neck, if you're riding a long ride, your neck will get a little sore in the back. On the side, I guess the same thing could happen. So yeah, I mean, it sucks, but it's necessary. And there's some helmets that have cameras built in, but they're terrible, So
yeah.
When they're gonna put an air conditioner in one of these helmets, that's what I want to know. Then you don't have to worry about it. What were you rolling your eyes there, Les? You don't think somebody's going to do that one of these days? What? It make too much noise for you or what?
No, actually, you could use the Cool Tech that they have in the cooled seat in the Indian.
Yeah.
Use that material that they use. It has a hyper transfer of heat. You can do that.
Yeah, but I mean, the technology is just going to get better and better. I know there's probably somebody working on that technology. I guarantee you, there's somebody working on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think it could be too cold because then you'll have a moisture problem on your when you're looking out the helmet. It'd be like at that windshield wipers because it's cooler inside your helmet than it is on condensation. You have to have a dehumidifier.
That happened
Got
to
a
us
warm
down
visor.
in
Hey, we're having some fun here.
Wisconsin or whatever.
Yeah. How's it going, Smitty? Go ahead.
Anytime you ride out in the rain, you're going to get that condensation.
Yeah.
So it's unless you use anti-fogger. I mean, by the time you realize that,
Use
your
Burnout.
anti-fogger's in your bag.
Yeah, when we went to the King of the Baggers race up in Road America, when we took off, we wanted to leave around 5 o'clock, but it was pouring down rain. It was 6 o'clock, still pouring down rain. So we decided, let's just suit up, let's go. All right. So we're going down like 5 miles per hour. It was raining inside my helmet. It was raining so hard.
Coming through the fence.
It was coming through the vents. It was coming through everything. I was like, I had water running down my face. I was like, luckily I could still see because I could still see Les in front of me, but he was going like 180. It was not phasing him at all. And
I was
didn't,
going 70. That is not true.
we were in Mexico at that time, and I forgot to do to tie this thing up. And on this side, on my vest, on my jacket, rain gear. So I was blown up like a balloon. I think it was actually slowing me down because I was so huge. And I was like, oh my
You
God.
should. If you have a pin lock, you shouldn't get too much fogging, but it depends on what you have.
I still see them fog up a little bit, especially when it's really cool in the mornings and your helmet is at room temperature. It does fog up for a few minutes.
Oh, for the outside, yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, it clears up about once you just lift that thing up and get your temperature, of your helmet back to the same normal as outside.
Pre-warm your helmet.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. The smart helmets is interesting. Yes, it is. Some of them have lights now. I mean, some of them have a lot of lights, so that you slow down, it starts blinking. How you feel about them? Have you done any reviews on them?
No, I know it's really popular with the helmet things. I don't know if you have a bagger or you have a full touring bike. I think the lights are up high enough.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just one less thing it's one more thing on your helmet. Number one, and I don't know. It's not. Is it distracting? I don't know. I'd rather have them on my bags personally, but people like them. I can understand if you're on a naked bike or something, maybe, but preference.
Mm. Gotcha.
I'd rather just light the back of my bike up than throw something on my helmet.
Just more weight I don't need.
Yeah.
All right. I gotta get a hold of your friends here. Okay. So I want to be friends with you guys. I really do. I like every one of you guys. You guys are on the chat. You guys are doing great. There's a couple of things I need you to do. Okay. One is go to YouTube and hit the subscribe button. And don't be that kind of person that, after a couple of days, you unsubscribe just because I asked you to. Okay. All right. The other thing is, we have podcasts all the time. We also are going to be doing some reviews. We got a lot of things that we're going to be working on Les's motorcycle. I did all the homework because I put it all on mine already. But we're going to be filming some stuff on Les's, and I'm also reaching out to a bunch of people out there to get some stuff. But also, we only have 9 likes, and I know we have more people in here, so let's hit the like button.
Oh, PayPal.
Yeah.
16.
And I'm going to announce tonight, because you guys are listening, I'm going to do a giveaway, okay? And it's coming out of Connie's pay. I pay her $100 a month to help me out.
You don't pay me shit.
Yeah. So we're going to be doing a giveaway, and it's going to be like a $100 gift card. It'll be Amazon, or we can probably do what's the stores around here, like Rebzilla and stuff like that.
Cycle Gear.
Cycle Gear and stuff like that. When we reach 950, so right now we're at 591, so we're not too far. Okay. Once we hit 950, then we will release the $100 gift card to somebody. Now you will have to prove that you did hit the subscribe button. Okay. So that'll be the difference. But I'm going to give you guys a link to the website. And also, if you want to join the website, go ahead and do that to get into this $100 gift card. Now, there's going to be a secret question, so don't go there yet. And that is going to be, what was your first freaking bike you ever rode?
Oh, this is where I would do the walk of shame. So I had a 400cc Suzuki Bergman.
Mm-hmm.
Rode the living bejesus out of that bike. It was a lot of fun.
Super scooter.
Yeah. Then I moved up
Suzuki
to the
what?
500, which was nowhere near as fun.
Nice.
Yeah, 400cc's Bergman scooter is where it's at. That was a lot of fun. I think with all these people, complaining like with the DCTs from Honda, you get one of those bikes, there's no limit. I don't care what anybody says. You can ride anywhere on that thing.
Yeah. All right. So there's the link where you guys can actually sign up, and there's a couple questions on there. And then when we do the 1,000, we'll have the same kind of entry fee. The 1,000 subscribers, not the $1,000. Sorry. I know you guys got your hopes up, but it's only going to be such. But the box is going to be worth. It's probably already worth over $1,000 actually. But that box is going to be when we really get to 1,000 subscribers, and we have a lot of stuff. If you haven't seen the stuff that I displayed at the beginning, rewatch the beginning, and you'll see all the stuff that's in this box already. So
All kinds of fun stuff.
yeah, all kinds of fun stuff, man. So YouTube, Instagram. I met you on Instagram. You said YouTube, and that's when I learned about you. And then because I did a interview with Sick Y-Glide, and you're a fan of his, and I'm a fan of his. He's a great guy.
You and Melissa are fantastic people.
Oh my God, they are. Yeah, they're great. And hopefully I'll have him on in the winter season, because we're going to have a winter. If you guys live in the north, you guys know what we're talking about. End of season. I know there's a lot of diehard people that actually ride their motorcycle, but I don't like riding my motorcycle in the winter when there's salt on the ground. And a lot of people don't like to do that. So I have a winter therapy series that we're going to have.
Oh, nice.
And we do that every year.
Where are you located?
What's that?
Where are you located?
We're in Indiana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right close to Cincinnati.
Nice.
Yeah, he's in Indiana. I'm in northern Kentucky. So's Les.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. That's because they, never mind.
That's a nice area.
Don't even go there.
I'm trying not to.
start.
I'm trying not
Yeah,
to.
so
We're the
Bry,
tri-state.
what's your next big adventure? What can we expect coming up here?
That's a good question. I was talking about next year going to Sturgis, but not to the rally. I want to get out that way to ride. It's probably going to be the big thing for next year. If I don't do that, it would be probably like Skyline Drive, the Smokies. I really want to go to the Smoky Mountains. As much as I'd like to go out west, I'd like to take Katie with me. Katie's not going to be able to go out to Sturgis unless she flies out, and that's also been in the works. We're talking about maybe flying her out and I'll ride out.
Sure.
So that would be the big thing for next year. This year's it's just been so much rain. There hasn't been a whole lot going on.
Oh, no. We know about that.
Yeah. I feel like that's all it's been. I bought a new bike and it's rain, nothing but nothing. But
Believe me, we know about that.
They're paying for us.
I want to get back up to the Catskills. That's one of the things I want to do this fall. The Catskills are fantastic riding.
Hey, Chris, can I have a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Remember the guys, the couple I introduced you to up at Ren Fair Bike Night, Billy C. and his wife, that rode the Spider? Well, Billy C. keeps sending me messages about Full Helmet, Neotech 3, and Kilm. Neotech has a place to install Cena and all this stuff. And you know what I sent him back? Why aren't you subscribing, and why don't you get in the chat? So,
yeah, exactly,
guys, shout out to Billy C. Get your butt on here and subscribe. I know he's watching. Get on here and subscribe.
Yep.
Yeah, tell everybody how much you love this program, because I'm on.
Oh, hold on.
Well,
Makes sense.
well,
Yeah, that's right.
I'm gonna take
That's
you
right,
off.
because I'm on it.
Well, Bry, if you do decide to do the Smoky Mountain, something like that, certainly keep us posted. Maybe we can get together on a ride in there.
Oh, I'd love that.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
want to put some that 13-day trip that we did was awesome. I'd like to hopefully do that again. As time allows. But I heard nothing but great things about Smoky Mountains.
Yeah.
Even the Catskills is phenomenal riding if you ever get up that way. Absolutely blast.
Well, we're going to the Jack Daniels event in October.
All right.
And actually, you don't even have to have, it's an Indian motorcycle event, but I don't know how many more seats are left, but to get there, but you don't have to really have an Indian motorcycle. It's welcome to anybody. So that's what's weird about Indian. They let anybody go to enter their events. And, I guess they feel like, if you see an Indian bike, you might want to test a demo or that kind of stuff, and maybe you might buy one. So it's a good thing for them. So they don't really, it's not like forbidden that you have a Harley. Sorry, I just hit my mic. Or if you have a Gold Wing, you're not allowed to go, but you're allowed to go.
I'm not allowed to go anywhere without a Gold Wing. You can only go to
yeah.
They let me.
Yeah, because I know some Harley events, you got to be a Harley owner, you got to have a Harley bike, that kind of stuff. But Indian's a little bit different, which is pretty cool. But we're going to be there. We're going to be doing a podcast at one of the Indian dealerships on Thursday night. It's going to be a fun event. We do plan on going to Sturgis next year, which is one of our big events that we're thinking about doing. And we might be going to Marvin. We're thinking about doing that. We also got one that's not announced yet. And we also have another one that's that we are working on with a bunch of our friends. That's going to be a really cool event. So
nice.
We'll see how that gets announced, see if it happens. But I can't say really anything yet. So
it's a secret.
Thanks,
Top
Route.
secret stuff. Skunk Works type.
Well, yeah. It's a competitive advantage when you keep stuff secret.
Okay.
No, it's not. I hate secrets.
Well, he hasn't even told me. He hasn't even told me. So what the heck?
Hold on a second. Well, I'm not. I hate doing stuff like this. But anyway, some things are said and some things are forgotten. That's all I can say. See,
Sometimes you talk in code though that I don't even get.
I know. But hey, listen, Les can tell you, and Max really doesn't know, but I am constantly. If I am awake, I am working on something. It's kind of crazy. He'll text me and what are you doing like this? And I'll be like, I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm making this graphic. I'm doing this. We got a bunch of shirts on the website. Check that out. We have the Club 112 that we're working on. We're doing the podcast. We got guests, Bry the Biker on here. I'm preparing for that. It's nonstop, and I have fun at it. I really do. And how do you feel about doing YouTube and that kind of stuff, Bry? I mean, do you get burned out? Yeah.
Oh, easy. Yeah. I mean, for a while I was going really hard with it, and I kind of got backlogged, and it's one of those things that it's really, I have to be careful why I say this. I don't want to come out wrong. It's really cool as you succeed in YouTube and you're able to work with vendors and get stuff, but then there's also the expectation now you're behind, right? Yeah. I mean, with the Harley, I got so far behind because everybody has stuff for it. It's cool. But now I just kind of look at it as, my stuff will come out when it comes out. And if I miss a week, like I'm 2 weeks behind, I'll have a video out this week. I don't sweat it, but you can get absorbed quick. Yeah. I think to me, once it starts losing its fun, then why are you doing it? You know what I mean? Yeah. It's cool that you're getting free parts or free products, but I have a full-time job. That's enough stress. I ride. People always joke with me all the time. Well, Bry doesn't ride. That bike's a prop. You never see him riding it. I'm like, yeah, but I don't ride for you. I ride for me. My channel is installs, reviews. I don't ride. I don't need to prove to you I ride. I don't care. I mean, if you don't think I ride, so be it. That's perfectly fine with me. Yeah, there you go. I ride to the New Balance dealers. That's where my first meet and greet with the Gold Wing is going to be. I'll be at the New Balance dealer, and we'll have the early bird special at 4.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's very easy to get caught up in what's going on. There's so much to do, and you can watch all these YouTube channels that tell you what you should do. And
I think all that stuff is. I think it's people that watch them things are always looking for false hope. I mean, I can probably do a video and say, this is what you need to do. And I could have 500 subscribers and I would get like 100,000 freaking views on the channel. And it wouldn't help anybody, you know? And I think it's just, you just got to be persistent. You just got to have fun. You got to enjoy it. You got to have a little bit of humor, you know, and enjoy what you're doing. And I don't really look what's behind me. I look what's in front of me. Because, you know, if you care about, you know, oh my gosh, that video that last podcast only got 60 views. Wow, what are we doing wrong? If you care about that stuff, then that's when you get, you know, you start worrying and you get burned out and that kind of stuff. We are making friends, and that's one of the big things. Because we don't really go after manufacturers, we don't go after products and stuff like that. You don't see us being sponsored by anybody. We do it. I do it for fun. You know, it's like I actually, you know, I do this to get better at it. You know, I really I really struggled, you know, speaking English and stuff like that. You know, and I've been trying to do it since I've been in grade school, and I still haven't, you know, accomplished everything.
Well, you're dyslexic too,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's a challenge.
Yeah, challenge.
Weekly.
Yeah,
Makes it more fun.
Yeah, it makes it more fun. So that's one of the reasons why I
it's
started this
hilarious.
podcast. Yeah, it is.
It's hilarious.
And it makes funny moments. And then see, I learned when I was in high school not to worry about, you know, somebody making fun of you because I didn't care. You know, I didn't care. It's just, hey, somebody got a laugh out of it. That's great. But to me, I knew I was smarter than them. That's all that mattered.
I think it's important too. The only person you should be competing with is yourself. Be better than you were yesterday.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you're going to try and pretend you're going to be a cycle fanatics or professional monkey, you're just being stupid. You know, just worry about where you are and work through it.
Yep.
You have to give you credit. You stepped outside your comfort zone.
Oh my God.
You know, way outside your comfort zone.
Yeah, I used to not even. I almost took a Kleenex to a doorknob just to get out of the house. You know?
Oh, I get that.
But,
Not that
but
bad.
here's the thing. If you, I tell Chris this all the time. There are hundreds of thousands of people putting out YouTube and Instagram and TikTok videos on motorcycles.
Mm-hmm.
There are at least 100 that are putting out any content. One, to even get in this business, you need to be obsessive compulsive because the demand is there. Put the product out. Put the product out. Put the product out. You got to come up with something every week, and that wears on you from time to time. I have all the admiration in the world for the cycle fanatics, the traveling talls, the riding fishes, the finesse the challengers. Anybody who can do this on a sustained basis. Because as long as I've been watching YouTube and following people, I've seen a lot of people fall off by the wayside. And some of them come back and some of them don't. They're just burned out. They don't want to do it anymore, including myself. So
Well,
I just came on to help him.
There's this illusion that you want to do it every week, right? You see it at Tall, you see it with other people, and that's great. But I still argue, you know, maybe you're better off just putting out bangers, right? Because if you put out one video a month and it kills, you could get more traction from that than putting out a video about my tires suck or whatever. Just talk shit about Harley-Davidson. That's where the views are.
Yeah, talk shit. Okay, we'll do that.
The Indian Challenger is everything Willie G should have made in a motorcycle. 12 million views right there.
That's exactly right.
Because nobody will watch anything more than if they're offended. If they're offended, they'll watch it 5 times.
Oh, and you get all kinds of comments.
I did a video on
out.
how to put gas on your Harley-Davidson. It was just a joke. It was something that we did that was just completely stupid. People lost their minds. Because my wife's in the video. They're like, this guy doesn't deserve his wife. He's an asshole. He's the typical Harley rider. It's this and that. I'm like, look, if you're up at 12 at night and you're Googling how to put gas in your Harley-Davidson, you are the issue, not me. It was a joke.
Wow.
But people love to be offended. It's crazy.
Yep. Well, the good thing is that, and I've never met. I mean, I eventually will meet a terrible, rider. It's got a bad attitude. Hates everybody in the world. that kind of stuff. But the good thing is every time I meet somebody, I like them. We become friends. Everything's cool. Like we're going to know you the rest of your life. If you ever want to be back on here, just raise your hand. Come on.
Oh, I'm happy to hang out.
Yeah, and that's what we do. We talk about motorcycles. And for this one here is what we're talking about. What we do more about in the winter series, we talk about riding stories. We don't really do as much interviewing because we already know who you are. Hey, do you want to go watch us interview? It happened in August 3rd. Go check it out. Check that video out. But we talk about tell me what the craziest ride you ever had, and in the rainstorm, and it's midnight, and that kind of stuff, and and just tell stories, and that's what we do on Winter's Therapy, because basically we want to be riding. So when you're actually telling a story and somebody's listening on their Spotify or on YouTube account, they can actually just close their eyes and say, this visual in their head of what's going on, which is pretty cool. And that's what it's all about. So
we did that Halloween one last year too. That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah,
like
the stories,
spooky story rides. Yeah, that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
So I got.
I think I commented. It sounded like a bunch of hoo-ha.
So what were you saying there, Connie?
Oh, I wanted to ask him what he thought about the like the fairing and stuff on the 1100, the Rebel 1100.
Did you ever rode a 1100? I don't think he rode an 1100. He's got a Honda, the Gold Ring, which is a huge bike.
I know, but I mean, I thought the fairing and stuff was new this year for that 1100 Rebel.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a Rebel.
And the baggers.
No, he doesn't have a Rebel.
Oh, for the Rebel, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't tried one.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's just getting into the motorcycle scene, but she likes the Honda. She's wanting to get a motorcycle. She has a Vulcan S right now, and she does want to get on a motorcycle.
Well, it's been on my list. I just haven't ridden it yet.
Yeah, she has a list of about 100 bikes. And eventually,
My list
what you
gets-
should
well-
be doing.
yeah.
My list gets
Try
longer
them
with
all.
every guest.
So go get your Gold Wing
Yeah.
now.
But here's the question: what's the controversy with DCT versus regular transmission shifting? So, do you have an opinion on that?
From what I understand, the DCT is the more popular of the Gold Wings. If you look at YouTube, everybody's got one. Cruiseman's got one. A lot of people have them. I don't.
Mhm.
I mean, I started on a scooter. I don't see the big deal that it's an automatic. But I know the traditional motorcycle rider will say, "Oh, it's a big deal." Oh, well, you don't have a clutch. You can't, work the clutch versus the DCT. I would argue if you didn't have it, you probably wouldn't know. I mean, I had the scooter and I never had an issue with it. Granted, the both brakes are on the bars, so you can use the rear brake and kind of drag it with the throttle. But I don't think anything that gets you into motorcycles, I think, is important.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't like it, that's fine. But I think if you like it and that either keeps you riding or makes you want to ride, that's fine with that. I think it's fantastic. I really think, yeah, all right, let's just get them fired up. I really think that that's where Harley could do, right? Because Harley's demographic is dying out. Really, they could push to a DCT for either newer riders or older riders that don't want to go to a trike. It might be better for them. And if you can keep people riding, I think that's all that matters. Would I maybe want a DCT in an ADV bike? Maybe not, because you're riding off road and you're dealing with that thing. But I don't think an automatic motorcycle is a bad idea, especially in a touring bike. I mean, I would argue, especially with the Gold Wing, I don't know. I don't feel like I shift anywhere near as much as I do with the Harley. So, if it can keep you riding or it's going to make you feel comfortable, I don't see there's a problem with it. I do find it interesting though that they're the only ones that are pushing it as much as they are, and I think that that's cool.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that I've seen with Honda that I haven't seen in other brands is they're not afraid. Like they made the 2018 Gold Wing, which had the super small top box. Then they went to 2021 and they made the change to the full tour pack. Now in 2005, 2020. I don't even know what year it is. 2025. They have the new nav system. They put all new software in it. Like they're not nav, the entertainment center. They're not afraid to innovate, and I think that's really what, if it gets more people riding, I have no problem with it. I think it's great. I mean, what does it matter, right? If I had my scooter and when I rode that scooter, I rode that thing everywhere. Does that make my riding less than if I had a manual transmission? I don't think it does. I mean, I put 500 miles on a scooter in a day. Well, does it really matter?
Well, I think
it all depends on who you talk to.
Yeah.
Some people value. I mean, like I said, for us, clutching is a part of life. It's part of the thing. Now, again, you're talking to a Thunderstroke guy who has to shift a whole lot more to keep up with the Challenger guys because their rev limits are higher, just like they are higher on your Goldwing. And that's one of the things that people think about. So the DCT for a new rider, and as you mentioned, for an older rider where you're not having to do all that all the time, where's my hand? Do all that all the time and not get the hand cramps and everything else. That's valuable. That's very valuable. I'm like you now that I think about it. I'm surprised more people aren't thinking. More manufacturers aren't thinking about it.
I went to the first year when they had the live wire out for Harley, and I went to one of the demos. And I'll tell you what, there were guys with street glides and all this. Are like, man, I never thought I could ride a bike without a clutch. This is so much fun, because you're back to being a kid on a bicycle. There's just less moving parts. But again, it's up to you.
Well, I think they probably are working in it. They're probably, it's in their roadmap. I guarantee it. I think that what it is, they're trying to work around, because I'm sure Honda's got so many patents, it's crazy, and they're trying not to pay for any patent fees, and they're trying to invent the wheel, and it's just kind of hard because you got such a small box, the gearing, all that kind of stuff. You try to make it different, that kind of stuff, and make it good. It takes a lot of work, and I just think they probably just don't want to pay Honda, patent, infringements and stuff like that. And I think that like India now, they have the the what is called the blind spot stuff and that kind of stuff. I'm sure Indian's got patents on that stuff. It's going to be a lot hard for any manufacturer without paying Indian to have it on their bike. That's similar.
But is it that, or is it that they don't want to break from tradition? Because Harley's never been about tech. Harley's always been about, my grandfather had it, my father had it. I'm going to be an outlaw because that's what, you go into a Harley dealership and that's what they sell you. They sell you the dream.
Yeah, and I think they have. I think they have changed, because I mean, you look at their new road glides, or new their street glides, the tech they got in them things now is impressive. The screens and that kind of stuff. I think they know the roadmap. They know how they need to get there, but I don't think they're going to get there fast enough, because I mean they're spending money like this, and a lot of people are still. But I'm telling you, we went to a bike night. Holy cow! All the new Harley-Davidsons that we saw, and I was like, man, there's no way that guy's got a huge house. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right.
I mean, because it costs as much as a house.
You saw in the beginning when they first released those new models in 2024, every influencer hated them. Absolutely hated them. It was too far of a stretch. Next thing you know, 6 months later, all these influencers are buying them.
Yeah.
And they love them. They love the new tech. They love the ride. I know. And it's crazy. And now everybody and their mom well, not everybody and their mom, but a lot of people are buying these new 24, 25 road glides.
But are they buying them, or are they buying them?
They get a good price. They get a good price on them. You got to sign an agreement.
Talking about moving back to helmets. Remember when Ruroc first came out and everybody and their brother had a Ruroc? You had to have a Ruroc to be cool. And they just fizzled out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we've been on here for, what was your first bike again?
It was the Suzuki Bergman 400 with the DCT transmission and under the seat storage.
So Chris, a couple of months ago, we could have used an automatic transmission going through Chicago. I'll tell you that.
Yes, I never had charter horses in both my legs. It was a pain in the ass. I mean, it was weird. Inner thigh Charlie horses, man. It was like,
Ooh.
it literally took us downtown Chicago, and I guess there was a road closed on the interstate. It was backed up. We was there for like 3 hours, just going to one block to another, and going shifting gears up and down. I mean, I literally was like, I had one leg going like this because I couldn't get it straight. The other one started tightening up. I had to go like this. I was like all the way down. I said, man, we got to pull over. I said, I've rode forever, but I've never had this problem before.
I think Les was roasted, wasn't you? Your bike
Yeah, I was roasting. I was on the Thunderstroke still, so the old air cooled in. Man, I don't think we went 5 miles in an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
It was horrible.
Yeah,
it
was terrible. It was one of the, I mean, other than a great trip, that was one of our best trips so far.
Oh, yeah.
That was the worst experience right there. I mean, the city was beautiful. I mean, there was millions of people downtown because we kept on having to stop for them because they kept on walking across the street.
Yep.
But it was, and then we go down some crazy parts. It wasn't that bad, but he did lose me a couple times on a couple red lights because people were just crazy.
You guys
they wanted
lost us.
Yeah,
too.
we lost
way in front of us.
and it was just people just want to cut in front of you. They don't give a shit who you are, and it kind of sucks. But that's one thing we got to get better at is make sure we're visible and that kind of stuff. But and be more meaner, I guess. But yeah, some people just don't care about motorcycles.
I don't want to see
They're a
Chicago
nuisance.
ever again. Actually, ever.
Yeah. And then on our way back, it didn't even take us that way. So there had to be something. We if you use Waze, it knows when the road's blocked and that kind of stuff. It tries to work you around different ways so you can get on there on time. So, but on our way back, it didn't even take us even close to that downtown.
No, not at all.
Yeah, it was crazy. Well, anyway, Bry, anything else you want to talk about? Here's his.
Appreciate
his
you guys having me very much.
Yeah, here's his channel right here, YouTube, at Bry the Biker. I'm sure he's got Facebook. I know he's got Instagram. Check that out. I'll put all that in the description after everything updates. And I thank you for coming on. Anybody got anything else? All right.
I'm good. Thank you,
so,
Brian.
So I'm going to do
Like
one
I said,
last.
man, I greatly appreciate it.
No problem. I'm going to do one last call out. Okay. Go to your phone. Go to YouTube. Go to Throttle and Iron. See their little red button. Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Yeah, that's right. We'll be friends. Hey, also, I always put it in there. If we'll actually have to, we'll have to, what do you call it? When you check out somebody, but we will, look at your channel, that kind of stuff. If you want to be a guest on the podcast, fill that out. There's no guarantees you will be, but hey, we'll look at you and see what we can do. We're here to help. We're in the same position. We only got so many subscribers. We're here to help people, and get us out there more in YouTube. It's all about helping each other out, and I appreciate you coming here and helping us out tonight.
Yeah,
so,
Absolutely.
And I do like some of your videos. So, what's your next video you gonna have? You got anything? Any secrets?
Probably going to be. Let's see. Probably the motor guards that I'm putting on the Goldwing. I put. I have new. You saw in the picture. It's got the highway pegs. They're coming off. I'm going to put T-Rex motor bars. What do they call them? They're like motor crash guards, but whatever. That's going to be the next one, and then have some helmet reviews. I'm going to do the Gringo that's up there.
Mm-hmm.
So the Biltwell Gringo up there. The 509 is going up there. But as far as the upgrades, the crash bars are going to go on first, and we're going to go from there. Got some other things coming in, so
nice.
It'll be fun. Looking forward to doing that build out.
All right, before anybody leaves, go hit that smash that like button. All right, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for coming in here tonight. We'll have this video up on Spotify. And I can't even talk. I'm talking too much tonight. Max, you got anything left? I can see you looking. You're just making fun of me inside your head. Go ahead. You might as well just. All right, Les, you got anything?
You read my mind.
Read my mind. I think that's a song.
We absolutely appreciate you coming on. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. And if I
Ditto.
All right. The screen will go dark here in a second, but stay on and we'll chit chat real second. Yeah, all right.
Thanks, Route 32
Thank you,
Riding
buddy.
Gear. He subscribed.
Yeah, thanks.
Take care, everybody. Be safe out there. Namaste. Namaste.
Thank you, Bry.
All right.
Thank you.
Everybody have a good night.
Be safe.
See you next Sunday. We'll be here next Sunday.
Yep.
Having some
See y'all
fun.
next Sunday.
We do not have a guest next Sunday. It's just going to be us three chit-chatting, having some fun. I kind of did that because Max wanted me to. And so after that, we will have need for another guest. So sign up. All right. Everybody have a good night.
Good night.
Night.